Clavister In Control is our centralized management system and can handle thousands of Clavister next generation firewalls. Whether you are a new user or an experienced one, In Control has something for everyone. Today, our In Control experts will share their best tips and tricks to save you time and improve your workflow. So hi, I have with me Erik Holmlund, who is our QA tester here at Clavister and who has been testing In Control from the very beginning. And Peter Nilsson, who is our security engineer and has been working for years in customer support and has seen it all when it comes to In Control.
Yeah, let's start by having a look at the firewall tab where you find the firewalls in the domain tree. And the status column is always good to have a look at every now and then. There you find important indicators. For instance, if there's configuration errors, if the license is about to expire, that will be indicated. If there's a new firmware available, then we can move on to the health column, which I think many users miss. It's worth hovering over to see some current status of, for instance, CPU and memory utilization for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, this one I missed this one several times. I know it exists, but when I tried to find it, I couldn't. How can I bring it up? Can you lock it somehow, or you must mouse over it in order to see it?
Yeah, you mouse over the health column for that specific firewall. Moving on to the firewall configuration. We recently introduced a number of shortcut buttons in the ribbon. This allows the user to jump directly to commonly used sectors of the firewall configuration instead of navigating through the firewall tree. Another new feature in the ribbon is the button called Show Inherited Objects. When enabled, you will see objects from the global domain or subdomains shown in the firewall configuration in italics. You won't be able to modify them in the firewall configuration, but you will see an edit link. Clicking that one will lead you to the object in the domain. So it's sort of a shortcut from the firewall into the domain. Okay, we'll have a look at editing objects in the configuration, and we could take an IP policy as an example. Modifying parameters of your configuration is probably most commonly done on the object page, like we see here. But you can also use we call it the ... button, where you can filter out objects from your address book and from your domain address books simply by typing it. Probably less known way of doing it. In the grid view, you can use in-cell edit, as we call it. You can type the object you wish to select.
You can also press F2 to enter into in-cell editing, and then you can use Tab to move back and forth between the different fields. And you can also then start to type in something in that field, and it searches for the name or whatever it is in what field you are in. You can also use the arrow up and down to scroll down between the different objects.
Another hint for IP policies is, for instance, if you want to make a policy for the reverse flow of traffic, you could use a flip button for flipping the settings for source and destination interface and network.
One of the most common areas to use it, I would say, would be IPsec. Another area that is quite useful to know about, and that is in the program called In Control Server Settings. We have a wealth of various settings here. Some of the features that you may want to consider enabling would be, for instance, the auto cleanup database. You can then determine or select yourself how many configurations you should keep and how many days you should keep them, and also enable the vacuuming database. By default, if you don't enable, for instance, the vacuuming database, that means that once you make configuration changes and you keep adding them to the database just grows and grows and grows and grows. It can never actually shrink. So that is where the vacuuming database option comes in.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the firmware upgrade tool, which is a new feature that we recently introduced. With this tool, you can upgrade several firewalls in one go. You can also set the schedule to trigger the upgrade at a later point of time, for instance, at a service window.
This upgrade system will stop if it detects a problem.
The tool also generates logs for the upgrade, so you can go into investigate afterwards what happened during the upgrade. Was it successful? Was it not successful? Why was it not successful? Or was there warnings? Let's have a look at the ping tool, or the ping simulation tool, which you can find in the remote console. With this tool you can perform simulated pings, ICMP, TCP, UDP.
And this is basically using existing functionality in the core. They can also use for rule testing and for route testing. For more details about the ping simulation, all the syntaxes and more, there is a KB article on our KB space, and there's also in the VPN cookbook, I think it's Appendix A, there's several pages with examples of ping simulation.
I want to thank Erik and Peter for their amazing tips, and I am sure they have many more for us, so don't forget to subscribe for more videos about our products. And why don't you leave a comment telling us what tip you use in Control? Thank you for watching, and stay safe.